be unpredictable. Like a sudden storm, troubles can catch us off guard. We might feel vulnerable, afraid, and alone. In these moments, it's comforting to know we have a protector, a refuge, a God who shields us from harm. Psalm 59, a song of David, reminds us of God's unwavering protection and offers strength for our weary souls. David, the shepherd who became king, knew danger intimately. From his early days tending sheep in the fields, he faced threats from wild animals and hostile forces. But his greatest peril came from within his own kingdom. In Psalm 59, we find him facing a threat to his life. This psalm captures a moment of intense fear and vulnerability. David's words are a window into his soul, revealing his deep distress and his unwavering faith. King Saul, consumed by jealousy, sent men to kill David. The king's paranoia and envy turned deadly, making David a fugitive in his own land. The soldiers, relentless in their pursuit, left David with no choice but to flee. Hunted and fearing for his life, David cried out to God. His prayers were filled with desperation, yet they also carried a profound trust in divine intervention. In the wilderness, David's faith was his only refuge. His words, raw and honest, resonate with our human experience of fear and uncertainty. David's psalms are not just ancient texts, they are timeless expressions of the human condition, echoing our own struggles and hopes. Yet even in his despair, David found strength in God's promise of protection. His faith transformed his fear into hope, reminding us that in our darkest moments, we too can find solace and strength in the divine. David's prayer is a powerful testament to the refuge we find in God. Deliver me from my enemies, O God. Protect me from those who rise up against me. He pleads in verse 1. He calls God his strength, his fortress, his refuge. These powerful words paint a picture of God as our protector, a strong tower that shields us from the storms of life. Just as David faced his enemies, we too encounter battles in our lives. These battles may not be fought with swords and shields, but they are just as challenging and significant. These may not be physical battles, but they are real nonetheless. We face the pressures of modern life, the stress of work, and the constant demand to stay connected in an ever-busy world. We face sickness, loss, betrayal, and the daily anxieties of life. These struggles can feel overwhelming, leaving us searching for peace and solace. In those moments we can draw strength from David's experience and God's unwavering promise that even in our darkest times we are not alone. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. Psalm 121:3. This assurance can be our sanctuary, a place of refuge and strength in the midst of life's storms. Life's journey will undoubtedly hold challenges. Each step we take can sometimes feel like an uphill battle, much like a hiker climbing a steep mountain trail or a person walking alone on a long, winding road. These moments test our resolve and our courage, but we don't face them alone. We are surrounded by friends and family who walk with us, offering support and encouragement. Their presence reminds us that we are part of a larger community, one that shares in our struggles and triumphs. Psalm 59 reminds us that God is our protector, our refuge, our ever-present help in times of trouble. Just as the sunset over a peaceful lake brings calm, or standing on a cliff overlooking the vast ocean brings perspective, so does God's presence bring us peace and clarity, our refuge, our ever-present help in times of trouble. When we feel lost, like a small boat navigating the vast sea, or when we seek solace by a campfire in the wilderness, we can find comfort in knowing that God is with us. When fear grips our hearts, we can turn to Him in prayer, seeking His guidance and finding comfort in His presence. In those quiet moments, whether in a serene outdoor setting or sitting quietly in a meadow, we can feel His calming presence, seeking His guidance and finding comfort in His presence. As we clasp our hands in prayer or meditate by a gentle river, we open ourselves to His wisdom and love. Let us face each day with courage, knowing that we are not alone. The sunrise over a mountain symbolizes new beginnings, and standing strong on a rocky cliff represents our resilience, knowing that we are not alone. We can reach out for support and walk hand in hand with those who care for us. Together we can overcome any obstacle. For in the words of Psalm 59 we find strength and solace. The open Bible on a wooden table outdoors or reading by the tranquil lake reminds us of the wisdom and comfort found in Scripture. But as for me, I will sing of your strength. In the morning I will sing of your love. For you are my fortress, my refuge in times of trouble. These words inspire us to find joy and strength in our faith, much like singing joyfully in a field or witnessing a sunset over a peaceful landscape. In the morning I will sing of your love, for you are my fortress, my refuge in times of trouble. The morning dew on grass and the sunrise over a serene meadow symbolize the fresh start and protection we receive each day. For you are my fortress, my refuge in times of trouble. Just as an ancient stone fortress stands strong on a hilltop, or a solid rock formation by the sea withstands the waves, so does God's protection remain steadfast. My refuge in times of trouble. Whether we find shelter in the mountains or a cozy cabin in the woods, we can always find refuge in God's unwavering love.